Hey, I'm Matthew. I am the founder of Osprey Studio. We are a design practice that is focused on creating sustainable, one-of-a-kind terrazzo home goods. Osprey Studio started out of a turning point in my career as an architect. For years, I was watching all this beautiful stone get discarded into the landfill, and so in 2023, I decided to do something about it. I started experimenting with pieces of stone, cement, and some natural dyes in my apartment, and it finally grew into this practice, which I find personally fulfilling and environmentally impactful. At the core of everything we do is sustainability and craft. If you walk the streets of New York City, you're going to see a dumpster or two full of construction waste. So we are always asking ourselves at Osprey Studio, what if we could take some of that beautiful stone and turn it into something else that's actually useful and functional and doesn't end up in the landfill? So the first part of creating my products is finding and sourcing stone. So we work with fabricators, we look at stone that's been discarded on job sites. We'll also source stone samples from architects and interior design offices. The next step after that is to think about, what do I want that stone to look like? What do I want to turn it into? So we'll create a custom mold for whatever product it is that we're kind of imagining, and we'll 3D print that mold. Then the stone gets smashed by hand, which frankly is the most fun part of the whole process. I get to smash things with a hammer. The stone and the concrete and the cement, they cure, and then afterwards it's meticulously hand ground to reveal the beautiful stone underneath. And then the last step is to seal it using a beeswax-based wax sealer. It's a slow, hands-on process, but that's what makes each piece unique. No two pieces at Osprey Studio are alike. They're really, truly one-on-one. So, here at Osprey Studio, the focus has always been time management and efficiency. I thought at first it would be pretty exhausting to try to run a business while also working full-time, but the truth is I believe in this so much that it's actually been energizing. The response from people at markets has been the biggest win for our business so far. It really has been so incredible to tell the story of sustainability, the process, where all this stone is coming from and how I made this business from the ground up. And selling out at my last two markets truly validated my belief that this really matters and the work that I do connects with people. Osprey Studio would not exist without the Brooklyn Navy Yard. Making terrazzo is a very messy process, and I was doing it in my apartment before. So, having this space is essential to the work that I do. In addition to that too, my neighbors, they're business people, they're crafts people, and I learned so much from them. My immediate goals for the future of my business is to try to scale production. I want to be making more pieces. I want to try to figure out infrastructure in terms of suppliers, how I can kind of take this story, take this message to a larger scale. And ultimately my dream is to transition Osprey Studio into something that's full-time. I want to prove that a design practice that really is true to its sustainable values can thrive.